Today I'm reading Machine's rule on the building site. On the site, the building site is never dull. Engines roar as backhoes, bulldozers, and other massive machines use their strength. Trucks come and go non-stop, bringing supplies and materials. Time is money, so rain hardly slows the pace. It just creates more mud. Doodle diggers. Backhoes don't just scoop earth, they lift and move loose materials such as sand, gravel, rocks, and rubble, as well as packs of bricks and blocks. Like all construction machines, they are strong, tough, and reliable. Driving dozers. When push comes to shove, bulldozers can't be beaten. Their shiny blades and crawler tracks flatten rough ground, shift piles of material, and can even lift out a hill. Dump trucks are the workhorses of the building trade. They carry anything from muddy dirt to new doors and window frames. Loaders fill them up and off they go again. High in the sky, the crane operator has the best view as the building takes shape. The driver's phone is always busy with requests to move things, but it's a long way up to the cab and a long way down to the bathroom. Backhorses. Before you start to build up, you need to dig down. Backhoes are among the first machines at a building site. They scoop out holes for a building's base and make space for the foundations or footings. Backhoes have crawlers or caterpillar tracks. These help to spread the huge weight and grip well in mud. You could fit 6 people in the backhoe's bucket. Some backhoes have tires with extra deep ridges or treads so they don't get stuck in the mud. Similar backhoes can fit into some gardens. Smaller backhoes can fit into some gardens. They can churn soil 100 times faster than a person with a spade. Excavators do really big digging jobs. Dragline excavators are some of the biggest. Some can have buckets as big as buses. They are used in quarries and mines as well as for building roads and railroads. The world's biggest land vehicle is the Cup Bagger 288 bucket wheel mining excavator. It weighs 50,155 tons, more than many ocean liners. The dragline excavator swings its bucket out and down on one steel cable. It then drags the bucket back using another cable or line to scrape up earth. Huge excavators are used to plow out hills, filled with valuable things such as coal, minerals, and gemstones. There are different buckets for various jobs. A narrow bucket digs or hoes a thin trench. Wheels and gears of giant dragline excavators must be constantly oiled to make sure they are working properly. If it's pushing or pulling power you need, use a bulldozer. This is the heaviest and slowest machine on many building sites. Its main job is to scrape and push surfaces flat and level. The driver turns the bulldozer by making the caterpillar track on one side move faster than the track on the other side. That's interesting. The many bridges on a caterpillar tracks grip very well. They are moved by big gears that have teeth around their edges. Some bulldozers have a claw or ripper at the back. As they move along, the ripper tears up and loosens hard ground, even tar and concrete. There is even a bulldozer that works underwater to move and flatten the seabed around harbors and ports. It is remote controlled. Interesting. Sometimes people need a smooth area like a lawn, sports field, park, or leveled off building site. Machines like graders and stream rollers make the ground as flat as a pancake. Graders can't push massive piles like bulldozers can, but they can make a really flat, even surface by using their wide blades with adjustable height and tilt. When building a new freeway, a team of graders can level the area of a football field in less than 2 minutes. That's fast. Rollers are used to make the ground level. Different blades can be attached to most types of tractors and are used on everything from open fields to busy roads. There are endless heavy loads to lift around a building site, from earth and rocks to bricks, blocks, and pipes. The loader picks them up and moves them. A massive bucket scoops up loose soil, sand, and gravel and rubble a few tons at a time. This load is heading for a dump truck. Teeth slice in easily to pick up the load. The heavy diesel engine at the back balances the load at the front so the vehicles don't tip forward. Interesting. The cement truck is here. Everyone grab a shovel. When already mixed concrete arrives, there's not a moment to lose. As soon as it's poured, it starts to harden and set. Every minute counts. The cement truck contains a load of concrete. As long as the drum keeps turning around, the load will not start to harden. Before starting work, the cement truck goes to a factory where massive containers of sand, cement, and gravel are kept ready to mix the next load. Big loads of concrete pour into trenches to make foundations, footings for the main walls or girders. A crane lifts a bulk load bucket to the upper floors of a tall building. The concrete will flow out of the bottom. It's cool. Building sites, factories, warehouses, and ports all use forklifts to lift and move large goods around. Big diesel engine forklifts work at parts and distribution centers. They raise standard-sized steel cargo containers up onto trucks, ships, and railroad cars. This forklift has a long boom at the front that can extend up and out to reach and move loads around. These are the controls inside a typical forklift cab. Looks complicated. I guess the start button is right here, and then the steering wheel is right here. That's cool. Dump trucks come in all shapes and sizes. Some are so massive they could hold a huge house. They carry all kinds of loose materials from clean sand to demolition debris. Giant dump trucks move dozens of tons each trip. See how tiny the driver is? Look at all the steps up to the cab. Here. Some trucks can tip their loads backwards and to one side. There's also a crane grab to scoop out loose loads or lift heavy items. The power to tilt comes from hydraulic pistons, which raise the front of the body near the back. For tall buildings, you need tall cranes. The tower crane is always busy on site. It lifts, swings, and lowers all kinds of loads. The crane operator has a long climb to work each day. Inside, there's a radio link for talking to people on the ground about what needs moving next. Workers bolt extra sections of the tower in place to make it taller. The crane lifts up its own sections. Which fit one inside the other. The crane's long arm is the gib. A cart runs along rails inside it, carrying the cable and hook. Counterweights at the other end keep it from toppling over. The end. I hope you enjoyed the book.